Okay. I'm going to be sharing via my face cam, so I hope that's all right. I'm not very used to the Teams Microsoft stuff. Okay. Hello, everyone. Tonight we'll be making a real user login system, which may sound intimidating at first, but the process we'll go through today will be pretty simple. So before we start, I want to briefly introduce myself. I'm Sammy Lesner. I'm a tech lead at Qoom, and you could find me on my Discord ID shown above. We also have a wonderful TA joining us today. Tasha, do you want to briefly say hello and introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Hi, I'm Tasha Lair. I'm also a Qoom Tech leader, and I'll be TAing for Sammy's presentation today. Workshop today. I'm also really excited to be here today, and I'm happy everyone made it tonight.
Yay! So, if you have any questions, either unmute and ask them aloud, or you can, if you feel more comfortable, you could use the chat, and Tasha will be like letting me know about any questions that go on there. And please let me know if I'm going too fast. Okay, cool. What is Qoom? Qoom is a very quick, easy, simple web-based code editor, and it's also what we'll be using today to build our project, of course. I think it is very wonderful because you can see the changes like as you create them, as you type them in your code, like in real time, and also it's very easy to learn and to use. We'll see the example of this in a very simple very simple database feature for making our accounts. If you enjoy this tutorial, I would highly recommend checking out all the other tutorials on the Qoom website, and maybe a little bit of creator bias here, but the 3D simulator is very fun to play around with, and shout out to the virtual novel generator made by our wonderful TA. In addition, if you're ever feeling lost, or you want to come back to this at a different time, the tutorial we are following following for this workshop is right here. I would recommend opening up this tutorial in a separate tab and referring to it every now and again, as I'll sometimes copy over code due to lack of time. Okay, enough basic introduction, let's get started. Since I only have a limited time and I promised you a user login system. Okay, first, so we know what to expect and what will be our end product, this is what it'll look like. We have a main page, we have with all its components, the nav, the main, the footer. We have the sign-in page where we have a form, and we also have an account page. And also, we also have a login button and a log out function. And you could actually test this by going to the actual page and see sign up. Maybe I'll sign up as a new account. Oh, I click it. Let's say, student 6 at example.com. Just make a new password. I'm going to choose a file. And there you go. We have an account. We have home. We see how this works. We have different buttons, a main, this little box that has text, and we can log out, and it says logged out. So that's our demo. That's what we're creating tonight. So let's get started. Our strategy for tonight is to create our Qoom accounts and make our project, structure and style our homepage using HTML and CSS. Next, we will create a sign-up page and account page with the logout function. And lastly, we'll finish up with the login page. A few notes before I start. The reason why the implement logout feature is crossed out is because we won't actually be using any JavaScript today, but instead we'll be using the HTML as part of Qoom's database feature. In addition, after each one of these sections, I will pause for questions or to let people catch up if I'm going too fast. Sound good? So I'm gonna continue. Hey, okay. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Qoom website. You could either type that in or you could look into the chat. Okay, thank you. And I'm already signed in, but I'm gonna log out. So either you could go log in or you can go sign up. So, or if you already have an account, go log in. So if you need to sign up, write your first name, write your last name, write your email, and make a new password. But I already have an account, so I'll log in. And there you go. This should take you to your coding space. I have a lot more in here because I've already, played with this a lot. But you should have your profile, your home page, and I think that's it. So I'm gonna wait a little here. Oh. What type of websites do you believe login accounts are most helpful for? I think anywhere where you want your user to be able to come back to it or save data. Let's say you make an appointment and you want it to send an email to the person saying, oh, you have an appointment at this time, or hey, you oh, this is notifications, or oh, you want to save some input about them. So I hope that helps. But also I'll be sitting here a little bit just so people make their accounts. Hey. Okay, I don't want to go too fast. I have a habit of that. Okay. Our next thing, we're going to make a new project with this button right here. New project, I could say login system. You can name it whatever you want. That's just my thing. And then it'll take you to a new project. For me, it'll take me all the way to the index.html. But if you don't have pop-ups allowed, then it'll take you to your coding space, which I'll show you. You can go in here, and you'll get to here. Just click your index.html. And it'll take you to your coding space. So your text editor, and this is your website right now, although there's nothing currently. And is this text big enough, or shall I make it bigger? Maybe I'll sit a little higher. Looks good.
Yeah, I think a little bigger.
A little more?
Yeah, a little bit bigger. Yeah, cool.
Okay, thank you. So this is our website. There's a lot of options here. You could open up this website into a new tab using display here. Oop. Because it's empty right now, so it won't really show anything. Or you could open this one up here, which does the same thing. So, is everyone here? Because I don't want to lose you at the first page.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hey, hello.
Hello. Hope you're having a good day.
No, thank you.
No problem.
Okay. I'm going to continue on a little bit further. Okay. The first few things we saw in our page was that it had a nav, which is like a navigation where you navigate to different pages. A main, like the main section of the website where there's an image and two headers. And then we also saw a footer. So we're going to add all of that in. So we're going to nav. We're going to have a main. And we're going to have footer. Cool. So what we saw in the top up here was two different things: the sign in, the sign up, and the login. The thing about those pages is that we need to know whether we're signed in or not, because that changes what we see. So I'm going to go to the tutorial, and this is my first copying, but I'm going to just copy this text, but I'll explain it, don't worry. Copy over this text. You can look further up, there's also a link to the tutorial. So what does this do? So, oh yeah, actually, another feature we have is this button, which is the beautify this code button, which will make it all nice again after I ruin the indents. So, okay. Anyways, what this text does, as the comments say, shows different things to users that are logged in and users who are not logged in. For here it says, the caret means like inverted. So it says when it is not private, it'll show the login and sign up buttons. And when it is private, then show the account image with the little avatar. and a logout button. We're actually going to change this logout button. I'm going to just save this as a comment for now. We'll save that for later because we're not going to be using JavaScript like the tutorial. So we have the login button, and let's move over to the nav. In the nav, we had this like big kind of whitish box with the text inside. So we have a div and then a h1 header, or some h1 is just the biggest versions of the header, and then h2. And I'm just going to open these up a little bit. Actually, so I'm going to actually write some text in here. I'm not going to go exactly following the tutorial because I think that's kind of boring. I'm going to say something like volunteer work finder. And then you'll see the text appear on the other side. And then I'm going to say can't find volunteer work. So you could add some of your own personal creativity into there. And then lastly, the footer, my favorite part because it's the least work. I'm just gonna say like our company. So something like that. Something like the who made this, and you'd also, I guess, put social media links to like connect so people know who's this, like the author of this page. And okay, so far your website should look something like this. So you could pop it out and see it in the corner. Okay, and also if you make changes and you pop it out, you could refresh it to see the new changes. So okay, although we have the structure down, it does look very ugly. So we're going to add in some CSS to style it and make it look much nicer than this. So go to the Css Styles page. And I'm also going to copy and paste it from the tutorial again, because this is a lot of text, and I don't think we have time to write each individual line down. But I'm going to go through it section by section so you could see the changes as we implement them. But I'll go backwards for some of the things that we have here. So we have the body. Don't mind this just yet. I'll actually comment it out. We'll go back to that. So we have, yeah, if you didn't notice, that the text kind of smooshed into the side and there's no margin anymore. And then also, let's do the nav. Which is a lot of text. But as you can see, we have 2 buttons now, although it's kind of hard to see because we don't have a background image just yet. You can see we have 2 buttons. And then lastly, next, we have the main. Let's see how that affects it. Main, everything is centered, the color changes, but there's still no background because we didn't attain one yet. So it's just using the one from the tutorial. So let's go find that. Main and background image. I'm going to comment this out as well, and we'll come back to that. And lastly, the footer, easiest part as always. There you go. And it's gone to the bottom, but the color is white, so let's go get a background image real quick so we could see all our buttons. I'd highly recommend going to unsplash.com to get free images. Oh, it's still loading for me. Oh no. Technical difficulties, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Oh. Okay, let's try again. Oh my god, it works. Okay, to narrow it down, I'm gonna Google volunteer so you could have images that relate. I'll take this one. This one's pretty. And you could just go copy image address and place it into your, where is it? Right here. Place it into here. And I'll get rid of the commented part. And you see that the background image comes in. Yay! Although the text is kind of distracting. That's alright. And also, actually, we can't see the login buttons. So I'll find a new one. Use this time to find a one for yourself as well. Okay. How about this one? I'll copy image address again. And I'll go over to my page. And then we just copy it in. Or paste it in, sorry. And there it is. Okay, that looks much better. You can see the buttons and the white text. Okay. The thing is, this is still the default font, which is But if you want to find your own, that's very easy as well. You can go to Google Fonts. All the way in here. And there's so many fonts that you could choose from.
Hey, Sammy.
Oh, yeah?
Go back a few, why my Siri activate? Can you go back a few steps to, I guess, talk about, because people in the chat.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, what do you mean by the first step? Sorry, I didn't even see.
Okay. Basically, basically, whenever you're like typing out like the basic stuff like the header and like the footer and stuff like that, I think I know what I'm doing, but I'm not sure. So.
Oh, that's so okay. That's totally fine. So we have a nav. Do you have any questions about this stuff, like the structure?
The stuff inside?
Yeah, or any of it at all.
I don't know how it works, like with like the nav inside the body. Like, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Okay.
No, it's okay.
I'll go back. Okay. So this body tag is what the browser displays on your website.
Okay.
So then the navigation is this like where it brings you to different websites. And what this is that it whenever we're logged in, it'll take us to this one. It'll use this HTML instead of this one. Because you could think of this caret as like inverse, like whatever this is, but inverse. I should I'll send a link into the chat about what's it called? Mustache tags. They're very interesting. So send that in. So you could learn more about that later if you wish.
Okay,
so that's what it basically does. And then the main. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just continue.
Okay. The main is this like everything from in between the navigation and the footer. So it's this image, it's this text, it's this box. So what this div is like an unnamed object. Like main, nav, all of those, like we could kind of guess what they are from their name. Like it's a navigation or it's the main part of the website. But div is kind of like more like unnamed. You don't like the browser doesn't exactly know what you're doing. So it's kind of up to you. In this case, we're using it for the box around it.
Oh.
So the kind of gray out box around it, that is the div surrounding these two texts.
Okay. I said I was just gonna like, look at the tutorial and you can keep going, and while I can just try to catch up.
I mean, we're just at the beginning, and I'm sure other people have these questions too.
Oh, okay.
I was going kind of fast.
Yeah, I just when I look away for 1 second, I see like a whole like.
You're good.
Yeah.
Okay. I think these ones are also what got me in the beginning. The header tags. This is H1 stands for like header 1. It's like the biggest version of the header, and then H2 is like a smaller header, but it's like that's how you label it. So it's a smaller header, bigger header, and then the footer, as I said before, is kind of like where you put your like, oh, who made this, the author of the site, social media links, all that stuff.
Oh, like I think I'm starting to understand. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. I'll go back to, oh, actually, I missed some stuff. I was going too fast. Something to add here was title, a title tag. So you'd say, this is the sign up page. So if you open this image, your website up, then in the top it'll say sign up. So that's fun. In addition, if you ever want to use your website on your phone, you could go to up here, the QR code, and use this QR code link and just scan it with your phone. But the thing is, when you kind of move like your website onto a mobile, it kind of gets messed up sometimes. So something to combat that is the meta tag, which adjusts the scale of your website to fit your viewport. So I'll just add that in. In addition, you could add one of these icons in the corner to your website, because right now it's like this default one, but if you want to, you could add one in. And you could do that using the link tag and saying shortcut icon and all this stuff. So you can take that from the tutorial. Actually, we don't have a link here because this is from the tutorial, so I'll just take it as well. You could do this via either you can Google and get your own image, or I'm just going to take it from here. Or, oops, wrong one. You code. There's a nice feature where you could go to a file and you just go copy image link, which is very handy. So now you can see if I refresh the page, we have an icon. Yay! So that's the basic for where we are right now. Like, I'll stop a little bit right now because I've been going fast, but this is the structure you should have. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll go back to the CSS. So I'll go back and relook at this again. Okay. So what I basically did was, and that what you could do as well, is go back to our tutorial, and you could just press copy right here. And then if you have any questions or if you want to change anything, you could make those adjustments to fit your own website. So any troubles doing the images or any of the CSS stuff? Oh, how do we center the words? Where are you? Oh wait, actually there's a feature I should probably show. If you either say get link here and say this one and copy this one over, or if you take it from the top of the bar, you could just copy it and put it into the chat, and then I could easily enter into your coding space. So I need more detail on centering. But I'll wait for you. I'll keep going a little bit. Oh, the header in the middle. Like this? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go to where my main is. So what is going on here is it's using something called flex. It's like a flex, the flex box. That's a type of arranging objects on your screen. And here it just aligns the center, aligns the center. So aligns it centrally, like in the middle of the page, like horizontally, and then also vertically. Oh, and I think for text, the text, it's also here. So the box was aligned via this, and the text is aligned via text align center. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go look through fonts now because I'm kind of bored of this default font. But you can go to Google Fonts, and you can pick one you like. I'll use this one. It's kind of aggressive looking, but it's okay. Here, I'm going to use import because that's the CSS version, and I'm going to just take everything within the two style tags, but not the style tags because we're already in a style document. Oh, oops. And I'm going to go up here and put it at the very top. The thing is, nothing changed in my page. None of the fonts changed to what I want it to be. The thing you have to do is we have the font saved in our program, but we don't have it applied. So as you can see here, we need to replace this with our own one. To specify which font. And I'll do that right here. And there you go. All the texts are here, and all of them have the same font. Are we looking good? Maybe if you want to send me your link, I'll check out. I'm curious.
Yeah, I want to see some of these too, so you guys should send them in the chat.
But if you're not ready, it's okay.
I think we can continue. Is everyone here so far, or?
Any questions? Because if not, I'll continue. So the next thing we need to do is I'm going to make all the additional pages. I'm going to create the signup.html. I'm going to create the login.html. And I'm going to create the account.html, which is all the different web pages we have in our overall website. So I'm going to take the structure of this one. I'm just going to Control-A, Control-C, and take it to this one. Oh, take it to this one. But I'm going to change it because we want the same kind of structure, but we want different things here, right? I'm going to change the title. I'm going to say account. And then I'm going to go, this is all fine. I'm going to change this. I'm just going to get rid of it because we're not something different. I'm going to get rid of all the titles because we don't need them. But we do want the box in the center. And we get our footer. The footer is fine. And then we could copy and paste this template into all the other web pages. But instead, just make little changes, like changes to account to log in. Change the sign up one to sign in. Or sign up, sorry. And then this is where we're going to get into the database stuff. So first, I'm going to be in sign in or sign up. And I'm going to actually do the nav first. I'm going to make 2 A tags, which is like links, like just hyperlinks. So you can like take you from page to page. And it's going to be href home, or not home, index, which is our home page, by the way. Which I'll just say home. And I'll copy that. And this one will take us to our login page. So login. So we have 2 choices. So we have this one or this one. And it'll take you back and forth as we see. And then our div, we want to say like header to sign up. But then we want to get their information. We want to get their email, their password, and their image. So, and we also want to put that data into our database. So we click on this little button up here, the database feature, and I'll take you to this. From here, you can go to the authorization systems, which will help you build a login system using HTML. So there's so much stuff here, and it teaches you how to do it all. But I'm here to teach you now, so I'll kind of not read through it, but you could read through it later if you want to learn more. So first, we're going to do the creating a sign-up flow, which is the first thing you need to do to first collect the data before you could even log out or access that data. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take this one because it has a redirect thing, and I'm going to place it right here, right after the sign up and within the div. But it's all kind of messy because I copied and pasted in. So let's beautify it. So what does this do? We just pasted some unknown code. What does it do? So the first one, the action, and it says our link. This one says where to send the data to. And then the second one, the method, the equal post, is send it. It tells the browser, send it in a way that encrypts it. Which you could think of it as, like if we had a big spreadsheet and that's where all our data was, this just adds a new row of data. And then inc type equals multi-part form data. That says to how to encode how to encrypt the data, and this allows us to send images because we need our avatar, correct? So we have our inputs, but we don't have we have the email and the password, but we don't have our avatar just yet. So let's add that input field. I'll just say label avatar. Oh, I should actually go over what these input fields mean. Okay, so this input, it takes one input. It says the type should be email, so you could only enter email into this input. And name equals username is kind of like giving a variable a name. So when we later access this data, we're going to call it by username. And then placeholder equals email is what the user sees. It's what is inside the box. I'll close this 1 second. I'll close this, and you could see we have our 2 input fields, and this is the placeholder. And then next is password. Password, you could see it kind of dots our any text we put in there. That's the kind of type thing. Name, of course, is the variable name that we're giving it, and placeholder, of course. Okay, the required here thing, that says if we press the submit button, we must fill this out. So that one's a must-have. Okay, so let's make a new input field. How do we do that? Well, the input field I want to make is the file thing, the getting the avatar image. So I'm going to do input, and then I'm going to say type equals, I believe, data. I'm going to go to the tutorial. Yep. Type equals file. There you go. So you can copy and paste this over to your sign up. And now you'll have another input field, and that'll ask you for a choose file. And we specify what kind of file it is by just image. And then we have the name it is under, the variable name. And then lastly, we have our redirect. When we log into our, actually I don't want to log in, let's say sign up. When we sign up into our page, we don't really want to stay at our sign up page forever. We kind of want it to take us to our home. So let's redirect it to our index, which is our home page. Okay. The thing is, all of our stuff's kind of squished now. Or maybe I'll just wait. Is everyone here? Because I'm going to move on to CSS now. Because this stuff's kind of complex. So I'll take any questions.
If no one's saying anything, I think everyone's either catching up or it's there. Or maybe it's something wrong. All right. I think you can continue. And then if someone has a question, they'll type in the chat or just speak up.
Okay, thank you. Okay, more CSS. And go all the way down here. If we look at our tutorial, you can see we just move around our form to make sure everything is in order and not so squished, like this, instead of all in one line. So I'm going to take this, let's copy it over. And if we go to our sign up page, then here it is. Everything's in order and looks super pretty. So the thing is, we don't really, we can't really test this function just yet. Oh, can't we? Oh, we can, because we don't have an account page. Let's finish up the account page so we can test it all. So we go to account page. Account page, we have to do a similar thing to the index, where we have to private some stuff, because if you're not logged in, you shouldn't be in the account page yet. So just take the nav. Oh, actually not in the nav, but in the main. So take the nav. Oh, okay, we'll also figure out the logout stuff. That stuff's super easy. So I'll have logout. So I'll remind myself. And we'll do that really quickly. And then we have all the main stuff. Which again, private stuff that we don't want to be shown to people who's not in a signed in. And if you're not signed in, it just takes you all the way back to index. But if you're signed in, it'll show you your username and your avatar, which is what we saw before. So say log function. Okay. To do our login function, our logout function, logout. That is very easy. We can go back to our database, where we go to authentication systems, and we go all the way to this little button, and there's no JavaScript needed. just this one script. We place it there. We could place it, I believe, in our index right here. Awesome. So now that we have our account page working, we could go sign in, and we could sign out. Oh, okay. Sign in or sign up. We could make some fake account like student example 2. Use some password, choose a file, and sign up. And it takes you. Oh wait, we probably take it to your account page, not your index. That's a mistake on my bad. And let's go to our sign up and have it, instead taking of you to index, take you to account. There you go. So now when we sign up, it'll take you to account. So let's lastly do our sign in function, which is our last thing. And then I'll go around for questions and try to help people catch up if they're behind. So we'll go to login, and we want to go, if we go here, we either want to go back home, so href equals index and like home, or we want to go to our sign in or sign up. Oh. Okay, it should fix itself once it gets there. Okay, so we have our sign up and our home. That'll just take us there. Oh, we can also test the log out feature. If you click log out, you log out. Pretty simple. Then go back to login, and let's fix this up. So we log in. We want something similar to our sign up, but we want to access data. So go to authentication systems, and we go to login page. You can just copy and paste that over. Super easy. And we could beautify it. And there we are. We gotta fix the redirect though. You could redirect that to index, because once you're logged out, you just go back to home. And we have all those things. Unlike the sign up, we don't need to have another input for avatar because that's not necessary because you already logged in once. And the action says again where to place the data, post it, and encrypt it. And all that stuff's there. So let's test it. Oh wait, we forgot to add a header. So you can add another header tag and say login. And there you go. I could use my same example and we could test it. Log in, and we log in. There you are. Student 2 example. Okay. That is the completed thing. It's super short. You don't need to worry about it. If you're lost, you could either ask me, or the tutorial is very helpful. But if you have any questions, I would recommend asking me now, because you can't ask a tutorial. We're not that technically evolved yet.
Thanks so much, Sammy.
Just hang out.
Yeah. Anyone have any questions or like really behind or something? It's okay if you're behind. Who has finished their login? Created their login?
You could also send a link. I'd love to see it.
Ooh, perfect. I'll put those resources as well in the Discord along with this recording so people can view it. Who finished their login? Did anyone finish their login or almost done?
Sorry, that was kind of fast. We only have an hour, so.
Yeah, it's okay. It was good for an hour. It's perfect, honestly. Nope. But did you take something away? I'll take that as a yes. Yay. All right.
Yay.
That's the point.
Well, I'm also in the Discord, so if you need questions, I could also help with that.
Definitely. And feel free to follow the tutorial as well. Okay, let me stop recording because I believe that nobody else has any questions. So
Okay.